Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fibr. If you're new here, this is where we break down the art and science of marketing with our hosts, Jack and Emma. They will help you understand marketing better, explore fresh strategies, and most importantly, suggest you how to improve your website digital experience. So whether you're a seasoned pro, or even if you're just getting started, you're at the right place.
Have you ever had that experience where you're just scrolling on your phone, right? And you see an ad that is just flawlessly targeted to you? Like it speaks to your exact highly specific problem.
Oh yeah, constantly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're hunting for project management software that integrates with a very obscure CRM, and boom, there's an ad claiming it does exactly that. So you click it.
Right.
But instead of getting the answer you were promised, you're dumped onto this completely generic, confusing homepage. And it seems to have like absolute amnesia about why you're even there.
It's the worst. You just feel completely lost.
Exactly. You have to navigate through hamburger menus, you're ignoring these generic welcome pop-ups, and you're basically hunting for the specific feature they just advertised to you.
It is incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
And frankly, it's the exact moment where the illusion of a personalized internet just shatters.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You go from feeling perfectly understood by the algorithm, to feeling like just another anonymous bounce rate statistic in someone's traffic report.
Right. And that broken, disjointed experience is really the mission of our deep dive today. We are exploring this massive shift happening right now in the architecture of the web. We're moving away from these generic, static web pages towards highly personalized, shape-shifting digital experiences. And our source material today is this really insightful piece titled Digital Customer Experience Strategy and AI Execution.
Yeah, and it centers heavily on the mechanics of a platform called Fibr.
Right, which is essentially writing the playbook for this new era. And I mean, the stakes here are so much higher than just mildly annoying a visitor. There's a statistic from PwC in the research that really sets the baseline here.
Oh, that stat is wild.
It really is. They know that 59% of customers will switch brands after several bad experiences. But here's the kicker. A staggering 17% will leave after just one single bad experience.
One bad experience. I mean, think about that. That means every single click you make carries immense financial risk for the brand, especially if the destination feels totally disconnected from your expectation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, for the last decade, the corporate focus has been entirely on just collecting customer data. Companies know everything about you.
Right, they have all the metrics.
But knowing is not the same as executing. And the entire premise of our discussion today is that critical leap from merely hoarding customer intelligence to, actually executing real-time personalization at the exact moment you click a link.
Okay, so let's unpack the disconnect there, because that is the core mystery we need to solve first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why, in an era where we are practically drowning in data, where companies track every click, every scroll, every demographic detail, why are digital experiences still so incredibly clunky and disconnected?
What's fascinating here is that companies are investing millions in CRM tools and analytics dashboards in these massive data lakes. I mean, they absolutely know what you want.
Right.
But there is a massive execution gap. Traditional customer experience, or CX, has historically focused on the broad journey. So general brand satisfaction measured over months or even years.
Okay, but digital CX is different.
Exactly. Digital CX, that needs to be immediate. It is entirely context-driven. And the gap exists because while the data moves at the speed of light, the execution of actually building a web page moves at the speed of corporate bureaucracy.
Okay, I love a good analogy, so let me try this out to see if I'm grasping the mechanics of this gap.
Go for it.
It feels like going to a really high-end restaurant, right? And you tell the host at the front door that you have a severe, life-threatening peanut allergy.
Okay, yeah.
The host types it into their system, they smile, they nod, the data has been collected perfectly.
Right.
But then you sit down at your table and the kitchen sends out a peanut-crusted appetizer because the waiter just never passed the note along to the chef.
That is a perfect way to visualize the mechanical failure happening behind the scenes. The front door knows everything, but the kitchen is completely disconnected. In the digital world, the ad platform you clicked on, that's the host at the door. It knows your exact intent.
Yeah.
But the website is the kitchen. And right now, most websites are running on static content management systems, CMS workflows. that require manual human intervention to actually change.
Right, and if we look at the actual bottlenecks, updating a web page usually means a marketing manager has to open an IT ticket.
Oh yeah, the dreaded IT ticket.
Exactly. Then they wait on a designer to create a new layout, then a developer has to actually write the code, then it goes to quality assurance. And it's a process measured in weeks.
Precisely. And by the time that custom page actually changes, the marketing campaign is over, or your behavior has already shifted. It's just a fundamental mismatch of velocity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The data updates in milliseconds, but the website updates in 3-week development sprints. And because building these custom pages is so labor-intensive, most teams kind of just throw their hands up and default to the generic version. It sends everyone to the same homepage.
Which creates that fragmented messaging disconnect we started with. The ad promises a specific solution, the email nurtures a different angle, and the website just says, well, welcome to our company.
Exactly.
It erodes your trust immediately because, going back to the restaurant analogy, you're sitting at the table staring at the peanuts, just wondering if this place actually cares about you at all.
And this is where we have to look at how the industry has historically tried to solve this. Because they knew the generic homepage wasn't working, right? So they turned to manual experimentation, what we call conversion rate optimization, or CRO.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. Let's stop there. Because companies have been doing A/B testing and CRO for years.
Decades, really.
Right, decades. So if human bottlenecks are the reason we're stuck serving up generic pages, the source material argues the only way out is this new paradigm called agentic AI execution. But I have to push back here. Isn't this agentic layer just a fancy, dressed-up buzzword for A/B testing on steroids? I mean, how is this fundamentally different from what marketing teams are already doing?
It's a very fair question. I hear that a lot. But looking closely at the mechanics, this is a massive philosophical and architectural shift. Let's break down traditional A/B testing first.
Okay.
The core philosophy of traditional CRO is finding one best version through human-led testing. So a team hypothesizes that a red button is better than a blue button, or a short headline beats a long one.
Right, they set up the test.
Exactly. They manually build finite variations, version A, version B, maybe version C. Then they route traffic to those pages for 3 weeks to achieve statistical significance.
And at the end of the month, they declare version B the winner. And from that point on, everyone who visits the site gets version B.
Exactly. They force a single winning version on all visitors. But think about the flaw in that logic. What if version B won with 60% of the vote?
Oh, I see where you're going.
Right. That means 40% of the people actually preferred version A, but now they are forced into an experience that doesn't resonate with them at all. Traditional CRO optimizes for the average.
Right, it's catering to the middle.
Yeah. But the agentic experience layer operates on a completely different plane. It completely abandons the idea of finding one winner for everyone. Instead, it uses an AI agent to actively rewrite the web page in milliseconds before it even finishes loading in your browser.
Wait, before it even loads? So you're saying the page doesn't actually exist until I click the link?
In a sense, yes. The agent detects your specific signal, where you came from, your search intent, your local context, and it generates what is referred to in the text as infinite signal-matched variations.
Wow.
Yeah, it decodes what you are looking for right now, and then dynamically adjusts the messaging, the layout, the priority of the information, and even the calls to action. And it does this autonomously. There is no human building these variants manually. Every single cohort, sometimes down to the individual level, gets their own optimized version.
So to upgrade our earlier analogy, if customer data platforms are the filing cabinets holding your info, right?
Yeah.
And content management systems are the printing presses putting ink on the page, the agentic layer isn't just a smarter filing cabinet.
No, not at all.
It's essentially a live translator standing next to the printing press, whispering in the operator's ear, and swapping out the metal plates mere milliseconds before the ink hits the paper, perfectly tailored to whoever is about to read it.
That's a brilliant way to conceptualize it.
Yeah.
It is the active intelligence connecting the raw data to the final presentation. And because it happens autonomously, you eliminate the IT tickets, the design bottlenecks, and those 3-week waits we talked about.
Right, yeah. Which brings us to a fascinating application of this technology. We've talked about the abstract idea of an agentic layer, but let's look at what this actually looks like for you when you are browsing the web.
Yeah, the real-world examples are where it gets fun.
Here's where it gets really interesting. The most novel concept here is how platforms like Fibr handle LLM traffic-based personalization.
Oh, this is truly on the cutting edge of how internet traffic routing is evolving. LLM, of course, standing for large language model.
Right, so we're talking about people finding websites not by Googling a keyword, but by conversing with tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Perplexity AI. And the research points out that these visitors arrive with a fundamentally different mindset than someone who just, mindlessly clicked a banner ad on social media.
They are incredibly high intent, highly educated visitors. I mean, think about your own behavior when you use a tool like Perplexity. You're usually doing deep, nuanced research.
Yeah, for sure.
You've asked specific questions, you've refined the prompt, you've read through summaries, you already have a clear idea of the landscape.
Deep in the weeds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you follow a citation link from an AI response over to a company's website, and that website gives you a basic, welcome, here is a 101 introduction to our industry page, you are going to bounce immediately. You're way past the introductory phase.
Right, you've already done the homework. You want the master's level class, not the freshman orientation.
Yes, exactly.
And what's incredible is how the system detects where you are coming from and physically alters the layout to match that mindset. So if you come from Perplexity, which is known as a research-heavy search engine, right? The page instantly adapts. It hides all that introductory fluff. It pushes deep technical white papers, architectural diagrams, and robust citations right to the top of the page.
And conversely, if you come from ChatGPT, the intent might be slightly more conversational or action-oriented. The AI agent might dynamically rewrite the page to jump straight into feature comparisons, highly specific use cases, clear pricing details, and just a direct path to book a demo.
It completely skips the intro.
It completely skips the generic welcome intro because the agent knows the context of the platform you just left.
It's basically reading the room.
Exactly.
But it doesn't stop at AI traffic, does it? The system parses all sorts of referring URLs to decipher your intent. I mean, imagine you were reading a massive 5,000-word deep dive blog post comparing 3 different software tools.
Okay.
If you click a link to one of those tools, the agent knows you're in a highly analytical, comparative mindset. The landing page will automatically shift to offer head-to-head comparisons and deep feature specs.
But contrast that with clicking a link from a quick, say, 30-second TikTok or YouTube Shorts video.
Oh, right. Completely different headspace.
Your mindset there is entirely different. You are looking for fast, digestible, visual information. In that case, the agentic layer keeps the landing page incredibly simple. It strips away the dense text, prioritizes high-impact visuals or video, and just guides you to a quick next action. It physically reorders the sections of the web page to match your exact level of awareness and patience.
That's wild. And then there is location-based personalization. Now, we've all seen basic geo-targeting where a website just, lazily swaps the words New York or London into the headline.
Yeah, the old find or replace trick.
Right. But this goes way beyond that. It's not just find or replace text, it's context shifting.
Exactly. It analyzes the local context, local demographics, and market conditions of your IP address. So take someone browsing from a very high cost of living metropolitan area versus someone in a rural developing market. They are looking at the exact same URL, but the system instantly realizes the economic reality is different.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. For the metropolitan visitor, the AI agent frames the value proposition around premium benefits, luxury, or time-saving convenience. But for the visitor in the developing market, the entire page structure shifts to focus on affordability, flexible payment terms, and sheer value.
And again, no one on the marketing team is manually building these 2 different websites. The page just shape-shifts in the background.
Exactly, completely autonomous.
It even adapts for specific industries in the research like healthcare, showing nearby facilities dynamically, or finance adjusting its messaging based on regional income brackets. It's just seamlessly adaptive.
It is. But, fixing the landing page only solves the first 10 seconds of the interaction. This actually raises a critical logistical problem.
Oh.
Yeah. It's one thing to have a brilliant shape-shifting first page. But what happens when you, the user, click to the next page?
Ah, right. The amnesia strikes back.
Precisely. Most websites suffer from what is known as context breaks. Think about the last time you were shopping for business software. You click an ad specifically about enterprise security features.
Okay.
The landing page is perfectly tailored to security. Great. But the moment you click pricing or About Us to explore further, you are thrown right back into the generic one-size-fits-all website. The security context is completely lost, and you just have to hunt for it again.
This is where the concept of journey personalization comes in to save the day.
Yes.
It basically takes the original intent that brought you to the site, in this case, enterprise security, and carries it forward with you like a digital VIP passport.
That's a great way to put it.
Right. As you navigate the site, that context travels with you. It highlights security compliance on the product page, it filters the FAQ section to push security questions to the top, and it even tailors the checkout page to remind you of the specific security problem you're solving. It turns a fragmented series of isolated clicks into a continuous, coherent conversation.
It even persists across sessions. So if you leave the site and come back a week later, it doesn't treat you like a stranger and force you to start over. The experience picks up exactly where you left off, maintaining that context.
Okay, I have to stop you here and put on my...
And this is why the architecture relies on something like Fibr Genesis. This is the engine that governs the creation process and bypasses the manual design to development cycle, but it does so within very strict deterministic boundaries.
Okay, explain the mechanism there. How does it actually know the boundaries?
It's not just a generic LLM told to, make a web page. Before it generates anything, it essentially tokenizes your brand's specific CSS, your design library, and your compliance rules.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it treats your design system as absolute mathematical constraints. So when you prompt it to create a new page variation, it doesn't have the freedom to invent a new shade of blue or use a non-approved font. It can only assemble the page using your pre-approved visual building block.
Wow. So you could literally paste the URL of a page, like an inspiration page from a competitor, maybe, and the system analyzes the structure, the layout, the conversion flow, and then generates a brand new page that adheres perfectly to your specific fonts, colors, and legal compliance rules.
Exactly. It outputs production-ready HTML and assets that are mathematically guaranteed to be brand compliant. You don't wait for a designer to make a mock-up. You don't wait for a coder to build it, and you don't need a QA team to make sure the button padding is correct.
Because it's locked in.
Right. The AI handles the mechanical execution within your constraints.
Which really frees up the human marketing team to actually do the strategic work. They aren't pushing pixels. They are defining the messaging priorities and the campaign goals, while the AI handles the infinite variation generation.
Which is really the only way a system like an agentic experience layer can function. To have infinite variations, you must have infinite safe creation capacity.
So, bringing this all back down to earth for a moment, what does this actually mean for the businesses deploying this technology? We've talked a lot about the user experience, but what are the hard business metrics when a company moves from static pages to this autonomous execution?
The research provides some very concrete metrics from teams that have made this transition. Because the message match is so strong, because you, the visitor, get exactly what you expect instantly, businesses are seeing a 28% higher return on investment.
Wow, 28% higher ROI just by removing the friction and giving people the specific answer they clicked on.
Yeah, it's massive. And simultaneously, they're seeing a roughly 30% drop in customer acquisition cost, or CAC.
That's huge for marketing teams.
Right. I mean, think about it from the advertising side. When bounce rates plummet because visitors feel understood immediately, the business gets significantly more value out of every single ad dollar they spend. They don't have to pay to acquire you 3 times before you finally convert.
That makes perfect sense.
And the research also notes that this high level of consistency helps teams maintain quality scores above 8 on platforms like Google Ads, which mathematically drives down the cost of their advertising even further.
It's a massive compounding effect. A highly relevant experience leads to fewer bounces, which leads to higher conversions, which leads to lower ad costs, which drives up the ROI. It all just comes back to fixing that initial moment of disconnect at the front door.
Absolutely.
To summarize this massive architectural shift, we are officially moving past the era of just collecting customer insights and hoarding them in a database.
Long gone.
Right. We are entering the era of real-time autonomous execution, where the internet finally treats you not as a demographic bucket, but as a segment of one. The page adapts before it even loads, the context stays consistent across your entire journey, and the testing and learning never stops.
It is a profound transformation of the digital infrastructure. But, exploring all of this leaves me with a final thought, building on the implications of what we've discussed today.
Okay, I'm ready.
If we are truly entering an era where the digital world instantly shapeshifts to match our exact mindset, our vocabulary, and our precise intent in mere milliseconds, how is that going to change our tolerance for the physical world?
Oh, that's interesting.
Right. In the real world, interactions are still messy, They are stubbornly generic, and they're almost always one size fits all. So as we get used to this frictionless level of digital perfection, where everything bends to our immediate context, will the real world start to feel like a broken web page?
Wow, that is a wild and honestly slightly terrifying thought to end on. The real world is a broken web page full of context breaks and generic welcome signs. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Keep questioning the digital experiences you encounter out there. See if you can spot the shape-shifting, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fibr. We hope you're walking away with fresh ideas and practical strategies to elevate your marketing and digital customer experience. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening. Until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.